It was just me and my brother left after my parents died in a car accident. My brother Tim had a hectic job, and I was in university. I started to notice that Tim was going out with a girl on weekends. When I asked him, he told me about his girlfriend Nancy. She was a beautiful, green-eyed girl with blonde hair. I was happy that he found someone to share his life with. I started to notice that she was a strange girl. She always kept staring at things in our apartment when she came with Tim. One day, when I came back from university, I found my room messy. I remembered my room was totally fine when I left it in the morning, and Tim went to his job before me and he came back in the evening. I was perplexed. Meanwhile, I heard a noise in the kitchen. I thought Tim was home. I went to the kitchen to ask him about my room's condition, but I was shocked when I reached the kitchen. Nancy was there, pouring orange juice into the glass. What are you doing here?" I stammered a bit. "Can't you see? Having a glass of juice. Want some?" Nancy spoke with confidence, as if it were her home. I was very angry with Tim since I thought he might have given her the keys. After having a glass of juice, she left, and I gave a sigh of relief. I felt so uncomfortable in her presence. I cleaned my room and got busy with my stuff. When Tim returned, I angrily questioned him. We had an argument that left me speechless. He told me that he didn't give keys to Nancy, and when he called her to ask about her arrival, she said she was never there. Tim didn't believe me, and he thought I was blaming an innocent girl. I took a deep breath and let the matter go. But deep down, I was digging for that clever girl. She used to come to my home daily, and I started to put a lock on the door of my room to keep her from coming in. One day, I decided to record a video. I didn't go to class, and I hid behind the sofa in the lounge. I was setting up my phone camera when I heard some sounds coming from my room. I rushed towards my room and freaked out. Nancy was lying on my bed and using my laptop. She smiled at me and said, "Please don't tell your brother anything. He loves me so much." I had no idea how she got there. There were no windows in my room, and the only way to get in was from the lounge I was sitting in. I was feeling breathless since no human could do this. I took a few steps back and asked her, "How did you get here?" She smiled strangely and looked away. "Once, this room was mine." I didn't understand what she meant. I took my laptop from her hands and ran out of the house. I called Tim and asked him to come over. She was still in my room. When Tim came and I took him to my room to show him his girlfriend, my room was empty. I realized this was not normal. I made Tim sit on the sofa and I told him everything. Then, I thought to check my phone, with which I recorded the video on, and we were both shocked to hear the noise that was coming from my room. But my bed in the video was empty. Nancy was nowhere in the video, even when I was talking to her. Tim held his head in his hands. He didn't know what this was all about. We both decided to go to her place. Tim had gone there multiple times to pick her up. When we went there, we found the lock on the door. We were both perplexed and tried to ask her neighbors about her. They got even more shocking answers. Her neighbors said that they didn't see Nancy there. They had only seen Tim coming in and going out all alone. Tim had fallen severely ill. After a few days, he got a text message from a strange number, 0. "Get well soon, dear. You're Nancy." We couldn't get the information behind the user of this number, since they told us that there was no such number used by anyone in the world.